I just came across this article on the Daily Caller. Lord Monckton, I'm no birther, but Obama's birth certificate plainly a forgery. I read the article and then I listened to the audio clip of Dennis Miller's show. First, as it starts off, he mumbles under his breath when he mentions the birth certificate. Oh man, here we go. Look, we all know that Dennis Miller has joined the narrative of the mainstream and conservative media. It is complete media blackout when it comes to the eligibility issue of our Kenyan import. But I do want to bring up one thing about this interview that I found to be a flat-out riot that really has nothing to do with the birth certificate whatsoever. Dennis Miller says, I don't believe he's a Kenyan. And I'm thinking, you got to be kidding. I mean, that was one of the best jokes I've ever heard Dennis Miller say, but the problem was he actually does believe what he says. He doesn't believe that Obama's a Kenyan. Well, I'm sorry, but my father was Irish. That makes me Irish. My grandfather was full-blooded Indian. My mother was half-blooded Indian. That makes me a quarter Indian. These are nationalities I have in my bloodstream. We'll just take the argument for the Obama supporters and the rest of the lamestream media that wants to cover up the fact of our Kenyan import being ineligible. But we'll just take this and say his father was born in Kenya, which his father was. Wouldn't that make Obama a Kenyan? Yes, that would make part of his nationality a Kenyan, the same way that you want to hear the black community call themselves African American. Evidently, they're taking part in the knowledge of knowing that their forefathers were African. Well, taking that into consideration, Obama's father was a Kenyan. That means he has Kenyan blood flowing through his bloodstream. I mean, good God. Common sense only dictates that, but no, when it comes to common sense anymore, it's been thrown right out the window when it comes to the eligibility issue of this Kenyan import. Like I said, the article is entitled, Lord Monckton, I'm no birther, but Obama's birth certificate is plainly a forgery. Dennis Miller said that maybe Joe Arpaio might want to start checking his brake lines. Yeah, Obama, the man with the free pass. And you know he has the free pass on the Dennis Miller show. But I have to admit, I love Lord Monckton. I really do. I find the guy to be a riot, especially when it comes to all these global warming freaks that want to tell us that the world's coming to an end. Never mind the Icelandic volcanoes that spewed enough carbon into the atmosphere. Yes, enough CO2. That you could take 1,000 of men's industrial lifetimes and put it into one, and you would never reach the CO2 level that was dumped by those volcanoes and continues to be spewing to our atmosphere. The same with Hawaii and the like. But no, global warming is a real thing. No, it's a fallacy created, like he said, by a bunch of people. Well, I'm Tim Donovan, and I'm on Array. Just pointing out this fact out of this whole article. I'll leave this for your reading pleasure. I'm a birther. You know it. I don't hide it. I'm proud of it. But I will hook this up for your reading pleasure and your auditory pleasure? Yeah, auditory pleasure. Because, good God, Dennis, think about what you said. Obama's not a Kenyan. His father was a Kenyan. Irregardless, birth certificate aside, his father was a Kenyan. That makes him part Kenyan. The same way that he claims the Irish blood. Well, evidently, come on, common sense. Tim Donovan, right side.